Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome to episode 2 of the FIFA 17 career mode with Southampton. First off, I want to give a big thank you to all of you that showed support on the first episode of this series. I haven't had a video do better in terms of engagement within a 24-hour time interval, so a big thank you for that. And also, a ton of you guys did join the channel yesterday, so I wanted to formally welcome you to the channel. I hope you are looking forward to some more FIFA 17 career mode content. Also, a huge thank you for those of you that have been supporting me leading up to this career mode, because I wouldn't be here without you. I wanted to start off today's episode with a press conference, and our first question does come from Twitter. If you guys are interested, you can follow me on Twitter. There's a link to it in the description, and you can ask me questions on there or in the YouTube comment section, of course. But the question has to do with the change in traditional tactics. Traditionally, Southampton have gone with a target man as their striker, and currently that's the case with Charlie Austin, but I've expressed some interest in signing a new striker that isn't necessarily a target man, but someone that can go on the counter-attack. Coming in as new management, I have no problem with changing the tactics that Southampton have traditionally used in the past. If I play better with a more pacey striker up top than a target man, those are the kind of moves I'm going to make. Rightfully so, there was some surprise regarding the player ratings, and Højbjerg only being a 74 rating. In my honest opinion, I feel like he should be higher rated, at least a 75 in my opinion. I'm actually going to get you guys involved in a poll question, so go ahead and click the I in the top right of your screen and let me know what rating you think Højbjerg should be. Personally, I'm not too worried about the squad depth for the Southampton team. In fact, I think it's one of our best attributes. We have so many quality youngsters that are looking for a chance to play, and I plan on giving them some play time in the cup games and against some of our opponents who aren't as strong as us. Finally, regarding the long-term plans of this career mode, I want to do at least 2 seasons, but realistically, I'm going to play as long as I need to in order to bring success here at Southampton. For me, I define success as winning the Premier League and also winning the Champions League. So however long it takes to do that, that's how long the career mode is going to be. But that'll wrap things up for the press conference today. If you want to get involved in the next press conference, go ahead and put a comment in the comments section below, and make sure you thumbs up any press conference questions you do want me to answer. But let's push on with the career mode. After winning the final of the preseason tournament against Galatasaray, we've had 3.4 million added to our transfer budget, and at the end of the last episode, I did leave you guys with a bit of a cliffhanger whether we should continue to pursue and buy Niang from Milan after the 10 million bid was accepted. And the vote was very mixed. Some of you guys said I should continue to pursue him, others saying that we should go after a different striker, maybe the likes of Divock Origi, others saying Danny Ings, and different suggestions entirely. So because the vote was mixed, I'm going to pursue other options. I may still go with and buy Niang, but for right now, I'm not going to continue to pursue him. However, with 51 million to spend, I think it's about time we start making some transfers into the club. And luckily, we have a pretty long break between now and our first Premier League match. It's the 18th of July right now, and we don't have our first Premier League match about a month away on the 13th of August. So between now and then, we're going to be able to make some transfers into the club and ultimately make the team even stronger than it already is. After a bit of waiting, we finally had a 5-star scout pop up, and we're going to spend the 3.4 million to add him to the scouting network, so that way we can achieve those youth development objectives that were set out for us at the beginning of this season. And for the first month, I will be sending him to his home country of England. Still not sure whether that's a myth or whether it actually impacts your scouting, but we're going to send him for 3 months. And for this first scouting network, I'm actually going to be looking for a goalkeeper, because those are the easiest ones to train up, and I feel like if we need to grow on plus 10, we may as well do it the easiest way in training a goalkeeper. After doing some negotiating, we've had quite a few transfer offers accepted for the striker and center attacking mid position. Now we can pick and choose which players we actually want to pursue and get into contract negotiations with. Starting with the striker position, we had Mbaye Niang accepted for 10 million, Berahino accepted for 12.5 million, and Divock Origi accepted for 15 million. Along with them, we also had Martin Braithwaite accepted for 10 million, and finally, Diouf accepted for 10 million. Of these players, there's 2 that really stand out to me, and it's because I haven't used them in a prior career mode. We had Divock Origi used in the FIFA 16 Liverpool career mode. West Brom and Saido Berahino we have not used. So for 12.5 million, I think that's a good price for a player that wants to leave their club. That's kind of been the rumors the last few transfer windows. So I feel like we can pursue contract negotiations with him. He does want 50 grand a week, which is not a big deal. We have the budget to do so, even if we do need to save up a little bit. 4 years, and we'll give him an important first team player to start off with. Along with Berahino, I'd like to pursue contract negotiations with Braithwaite. I rate him as a player. He's got the double 4-star skill moves and the 4-star weak foot, 78 rated, and he looks like a very quality striker with still some room to grow at only 25 years old. Does want 45 grand a week, which is not a problem. That's even cheaper than what Berahino does want. Going to give him a 3-year deal, and this time we're going to give him an important first team player rather than his crucial first team player. For the center attacking mid, we have 4 potential options. The first one being Tom Ince for $4 million from Derby County. Sinkgraven was accepted from Ajax for $5 million. We had Kaveci accepted for $6 million, and finally the player that I'm most interested in will be Saleh Uchan for $6 million from Fenerbahce. The reason I want to go for him is because he just has the stats to play well at center attacking mid. So we're going to look to sign him up and get him his contract negotiations finished up, and 45 grand a week will be how much we're going to pay, 4 years, and we're going to match the squad rotational player role. We have some important emails to get to. First off, contract offers were accepted by Saido Berahino and Martin Braithwaite, and it's going to be a difficult decision which one of these guys to choose from because we can only pick one, and the way I'm going to figure this out is by doing a side-by-side comparison and just looking at their stats directly in the shortlist. We'll start with Martin Braithwaite. You can see a lot of his stats are in the dark green and then a couple in the light green. Not really the case for Saido Berahino, just the acceleration, finishing, and shot power in the dark green, which are good stats to have as strong ones for a striker, but overall I think Martin Braithwaite is the more balanced player. He does have the 4-star skill moves to offer, does have the high work rates, which could be an issue, but I feel with custom instructions that shouldn't be too bad. So ultimately I'm going to be going with him as our option and accept that contract deal. And, you know, Berahino would be a great player out of this club. I'm not going to trash him or anything, but ultimately Braithwaite is the right option moving forward. So we're going to accept that one, and we're going to decline the other offer for Saido Berahino. Then getting on to some of our other emails, there's 2 other pieces of business that we need to get to. First off, a player returns from injury. That's Jose Fonte. So I'm hoping he can be back into action before our first Premier League game. And also the contract offer was declined by Saleh Uchan. He does want some more money because he doesn't want to relocate ideally. So we're going to offer up $55,000 per week this time around, and we'll probably increase his squad role. Yeah, you know, I'm actually not going to increase the squad role. I don't really want to give him an important first team player because I don't know if that's what he's going to be. We have Tadic rocking down that center attacking mid position, so we'll see if he accepts this. Another loan deal this time for Jake Hesketh. I think he could be a promising player for this team, but because he is so young and not very highly rated, we're going to send him out on loan to Shrewsbury. Great news for us as Saleh Uchan has accepted those increased wages and will be making his way on to England and Southampton. He is certainly going to be a future first team center attack mid, maybe even by the end of the season because he's already pretty highly rated at 75. So with some training, he could overtake Tadic pretty easily. Now there's one more position I want to take care of before the end of this transfer window, and that's our center back position. We've got Jose Fonte, who is coming back from injury, but he's also getting up there in age, and I'd like to add one more player for the future. And the player I think I'm going to go after is Ruben Semedo. Apparently he was linked with Southampton in the last transfer window, so I feel like he'd be the perfect option. And he looks like a pretty solid player and not too expensive at a market value of only $10.5 million. But according to our CEO, he's going to be worth a little bit more than that, so we're going to put forward a $12 million bid for him and see what Sporting do have to say. With the addition of Braithwaite into the team, I think we have to part ways with Charlie Austin because, to be honest with you guys, he's not going to be an important first team player, and I want to at least show him some respect, make sure he does get some play time. A pretty sizable bid coming in from Augsburg, considering I do have him on the transfer list, but we're going to try to counter and see if we can get $10 million for him, and if that's the case, that should put us in a very good position. Even after we do sign a center back, that should put us above $20 million in the transfer budget. But it doesn't look like Sporting is going to part ways with Ruben Semedo easily, so we're going to have to increase this bid. They did say $17.5 million will be the price for him, but we're going to counter with 15, and I feel like they'll accept this. Before we do get into the first match of the episode, I want to showcase our 2 new signings in Martin Braithwaite and Saleh Uchan. And I've heard that physical growth is actually quite good this year, and if Braithwaite continues to grow in his physical attributes, man, he's going to be so good for us at striker. Pretty balanced overall. And then moving on to some of the player information, he does have the high work rates, 4-star weak foot, and 4-star skill moves, along with Saleh Uchan, who's 75 rated. Definitely needs some work, but for his actual attributes, he's got the 5-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. That's not going to change, and as long as we can develop him, then he's going to be the perfect center attacking mid. Our first Premier League match of the season will be at the St. Mary's against Watford, and I want to show you guys our team management so you can get an idea of the formation I have changed to. It's a 4-2-3-1, and with the acquisition of Braithwaite, I feel like this would actually be effective. It just wouldn't have worked if we had Charlie Austin up top. But Jose Fonte said he wanted to play in this game, but he still has that bandage, and I don't want to risk injury, so I'll probably bring him on later in the game and try to transition him back into the first team. Watford have made some pretty big moves in the summer transfer window, adding Timo Horn as their starting goalkeeper, but that's not going to affect my plans today. I want to start the Premier League campaign on a high note, pick up 3 points today. Some good play early on. It's going to be Braithwaite looking to get his first touch as a Southampton player, playing into the middle. We might have a chance with Buffon, and that is going to be a clinical finish in the bottom right-hand corner. Braithwaite linking up with Buffon, and he gets his first goal on the campaign. And just a beautiful start to the game. In the 8th minute, we already have the lead. Here we go again on the attack, looking to get around the fullback. And now we have a chance with Buffon, who's been dangerous on this left-hand side, and he's just quicker than the Watford defenders. Looking to get inside the box now. LTRT dribbling. And a nice bit of defense by Watford. But we win a corner kick. And we know how dangerous we can be from these corner kicks. Going with the near post driven. And will this work out? This time it goes outside the box. Going to be a long shot by James Ward-Prowse. Hitting it, but it's over the crossbar. Here's Tadic. Looking to take on the Watford defense head on. And he has some great dribbling ability. Finding Cedric, who again is getting in that attacking minded position, getting 4 goals in the preseason, now sending in the cross to the far post, and had that worked out, that would have been spectacular, but looks like Watford's going to collect and get it cleared. Here's Braithwaite. He's been more of a creator than anything today, and he finds Tadic. Berba spinning inside. Was that a pen? Yes, indeed it was. Watford has been off to an absolute shocker in this game. And here we are with the penalty kick screen. If you guys are not aware, penalty kicks are different in FIFA 17. I have had some experience with it in the demo, though, so I'm hoping that we can go ahead and score from this one. It will be Tadic to take it. We're not going to affect the run-up. We're just going to look to power this one. And hopefully, Horn gets to it. Oh, man, that was not the best penalty. Should have powered it up more. And these penalty kicks are definitely going to take some getting used to. A pretty strong showing by us there in the first half, but we could be 2-0 up if we did not miss that penalty. We're absolutely dominating in the statistics, though. 6 shots, 3 on target, 66% of the possession. As long as we keep playing the way we are, we're absolutely going to win this game. I will be making one change at halftime, giving Uchan some play time over Tadic. I'm excited what this guy can do, and if he can score in his debut, that would be spectacular. Here's Watford getting on the counterattack, but we're going to intercept this one and look to start the counterattack of our own. Finding Braithwaite centrally. He sees the option in Uchan. Gets by a couple defenders here and has an option on the right. Will use him, and it will be Nathan Redmond. Needs to cut inside. Finesse shot, and that one's going to get fingertips on it from Timo Horn, and the corner kick is prevented. Time for another substitute, and Buffon is looking a little bit tired on his stamina, so we're going to bring in Jay Rodriguez, who is a proven goal scorer, and I feel like he's going to get a goal in this game. Watford on the attack. They haven't done much all game, but all it takes is one opportunity. They'll play it centrally, and this could fall dangerously, but we'll get it cleared and look to get forward now with a couple players making the run. It's going to be Højbjerg to start it. Looking for Jay Rodriguez on the left. Has Braithwaite for support and will now play the through ball. Could he use his pace to his advantage? He's got the defender beat. Needs options to cut inside. Getting by a few players. That is a fantastic bit of play by Braithwaite, who's been a creator all game. And that finish should have been made by, who is that, Højbjerg? Watford sticking with it. Getting inside the box, well defended, and Bertrand looking to get it clear. That's going to fall, unfortunately, but we win a big header. Goes right back to Watford, though. And outside the box, this is dangerous because they can shoot a long shot if we don't defend them properly. Cuts this inside, and it's a goal for Watford. I was expecting it. After all the missed opportunities we've had all game, they score with Troy Deeney, who was their substitute. Now we have to push forward with 12 minutes and try to get this late winner. Fair play to Troy Deeney, though. That's an incredible header. As promised, we're going to be bringing in Jose Fonte, and this is a good substitute because we need to bolster up our defense here at the end of the game, and we're not going to concede another. It's a corner kick for Watford. This might be the last kick of the game, or we can collect it and get forward one more time. It's a decent corner kick. And I think that went off the Watford player. Is the ref going to give us some extra time? No, that's the full-time whistle. It's a game of missed opportunities for us. First it was the penalty kick at the end of the first half, and then it was that missed tap-in by Højbjerg in the second half. If we would have converted on those chances, it would have been an easy win for us, but we need to take this as a learning opportunity and try to improve from here. One thing we can take away from the match, though, is that we absolutely dominated in the statistics. 11 shots, 7 on target. We're going to win most games where we get that. And it was a pretty impressive debut by Martin Braithwaite Braithwaite, an 8.8 rating, and if we can see more of that, he's going to continue to earn himself a starting role. Some interesting developments here, as Dortmund are also in talks with Ruben Semedo, and Sporting accepted a 13.5 million bid, which is considerably less than what we sent over with 15 million. But hopefully Sporting does accept our increased bid and we can get into talks with Ruben Semedo. But Augsburg are not willing to pay up the 10 million for Charlie Austin. Rather, they're going to match his actual value of 8.5 million. So we're going to accept this and see what our other transfer bid is. And moving on to that one, it's going to be a loan offer for Marcus Barnes, a future first-team striker, so we're going to accept this. He's going to be making his way to Blackpool. And to make matters worse, Wolfsburg are also in talks with Ruben Semedo, so a lot of these Bundesliga clubs are going after him, but Sporting have accepted our transfer bid of 15 million. So if we can get our contract negotiations done before Wolfsburg and Dortmund get theirs done, then it'll be added to our team. So I'm going to have to give him a pretty good offer here at the onset. But man, his salary is so low, 15,000. And hey, I'm going to give him 20,000 just as a little bit extra incentive. And if we can make this deal happen, it would be a fantastic little bit of business. Crew Alexandra apparently wanted to pick up all of our players, and now Josh Sims is going to be sent on loan to them for 2 years. Great news for us, as the Charlie Austin deal to Augsburg did go through, and the contract offer was accepted by Semedo. And I think this is such a good signing because he's so low on the wages, and for 15 million, we've got a future first team center back and someone that's probably going to reach 85 plus by his peak rating. So we're going to accept this, and I don't know how we managed to beat those Bundesliga teams to the punch, but hey, I'm not going to ask questions. We also have a monthly scouting update, and the first one from our English scout, and things are a little bit different this year. And we're trying to see how this does work. 62 to 84 for the first player, a 44 to 60 overall, 52 to 72 potential, a 73 to 94. So I think we might sign Ewan Lewis, and we'll see if we have any other 94 potential. So no, we're just going to be signing Ewan Lewis, and it's a little bit different this year, but I kind of like these changes. Sticking with the theme of looking at our new signings, Semedo has some of the best stats I've seen for a center back. At 88 jumping and 87 strength, he should be an aerial threat for us, both on corner kicks and defending the ball from the opposition. And if we can train him up and just keep giving him play time, he's going to be such a talent for us. This will be a big match for us against Manchester United, especially after getting a draw in the opening match of the Premier League season. For the team management, we do have Jose Fonte back in the starting 11. He's fully recovered from his injury, and I do have Semedo here on the bench, ready to come on if need be. Uchan also will likely get some play time in this match. Jose Mourinho has some balls to be starting Rashford over Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and also Romero over David De Gea, but some people are not going to question Jose Mourinho's tactical decisions, while some Manchester United fans do. But let's go ahead and get this win against a very good Manchester United side. Oh, we get a lucky bounce for this to fall to Braithwaite. He might be able to get through. A last-ditch effort. Man, that's got to be a red card. If it's not, then I don't know what is, because he was the last man. Surely the ref does give him a red card, and Manchester United are going to be at a severe disadvantage for the rest of this game. Unfortunately, it wasn't a few more yards forward, and we would have had a penalty kick, but we're going to have to do a free kick with James Ward-Prowse. Can he get it on target and by Romero? 2 bars of power, and I don't even know what it just did. James Ward-Prowse leading the attack, and we have this Manchester United defense beat because they're a man down. We're going to play this one centrally. Need to work this one around and just get by these couple of Manchester United defenders, finding eventually Buffon on the near post, and it's going to be 1-0. Too easy, and Manchester United, they just don't have enough defenders with 3 defenders in the back, and Buffon scores in consecutive games. Oh, we've got the Manchester United defense beat so badly. They're just not quick enough. And it's going to be Tadic running through the entire defense. It's a finesse shot. Oh, and he puts it wide. He did everything right. Well, actually, it was tipped away by Romero. Fair play. I was surprised Tadic would have missed that bad, but it was a shin guard save. Big steal here by Buffon. If he uses his pace, we can get away and try to get a second goal. Trying to slip this one behind the defense, sweating it across. It's a good cross, and it's a tap-in goal for Braithwaite, getting his first goal for the team, and we are just gelling together and now celebrating with the fans. Great work by Braithwaite to make the run, and again, Buffon being the impact player for this team. That red card so early in the game by Eric Bailly put Manchester United at such a severe disadvantage, and now we pretty much just have to coast to victory and play defensive for the next 45. We'll make a change and bring on Jordan Classy, who hasn't gotten too much play time so far in this season, but I still want him to be an important rotational player for us because he's 78 rated, and hey, he's even more highly rated than Ward-Prowse and Højbjerg, but they do have a little bit more of youth on their advantage, so we'll sub him on for Højbjerg. Here we go again. Good steal by James Ward-Prowse. And he's got Tadic. If he can bang this cross body, it could be a third goal. But what a save by Romero. And now it's going to be a corner kick. No one on that near post. And if we can get to this, it should be a third. And man, the defender stuck out a leg, but he wasn't able to get to the ball. Who was it that scored that? I think that's Jose Fonte coming back on his return. And that is a huge goal for him. A few more substitutes to close out this game. We're going to bring Uchan in for Tadic at center attacking mid. And I want to give Semedo his debut, bringing him on for Van Dijk.
Nice bit of interplay between these two.
Oh, good dribbling by Wayne Rooney. And if they score here, it's fair play. But already, it's going to be Semedo making an early impact on the game. Really, the first minute he came on, already he made a good defensive stop. And it may even lead to a counter-attacking goal if Nathan Redmond can use a Berber spin to change the direction. Playing this one inside, it's going to be... Now it's classy. We're looking to get on the counterattack here, and it's going to be a good run being made. And what a through ball again by Braithwaite. Uchan's through. Can he get his first goal for the club? A finesse shot, and man, he should have put that one away. Romero pulling off another save. He's played well today. It's just his defense that has let him down. What is the Manchester United defense doing? Should be an easy goal for us, and it was tapped across. Romero pulled off a save, but we're going to follow it up. Oh my goodness. Had that gone in, a bit of cheek by Buffal. This time it does not work out for us, though. Man, that would have been potentially goal of the season. After getting a draw in our first Premier League match of the season, it is so reassuring to pick up a 3-0 win against Manchester United. And once again, we dominated in the statistics, which this early on in FIFA, it's unusual for me. Usually I struggle a little bit at the start, but that hasn't been the case so far. And if we keep playing the way we are, I'm going to be on legendary difficulty in no time. But I'll have the league table showing for you guys, and that will close out the episode for today. If you have enjoyed today's episode, make sure you drop a like down below. Subscribe if you are new around here. And I do have links to my Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch down in the description below. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.